Hello everybody and welcome to another fly tying video produced by the folks at AlaskaFlyFish.net. My name is Flashback Max and today we're going to tie the Elk-Hair Caddis. The mother lode of all caddis patterns. Just vary the colors and size and you basically have a dynamite imitation for just about any caddis. I'm just going to tie today for you kind of a tannish color. Works real good. They come in, all different sizes and colors. I mean, just, ridiculous. From, little itty bitty ones to, they have a hatch called the Elk-Hair Caddis. It's just a giant caddis. Looks like little bats flying through the air. But anyway, I got just a standard, Daiichi dry fly hook. This is a 12, I think. And get started here. Put that thread on. This is just, I think it's 6/0. Not real heavy thread. Now, in the age of woolly buggers, where you tie everything in the back and wrap forward, this is going to seem a little strange. So, what I got here is a piece of copper wire, and you think copper wire on a dry fly? That doesn't make any sense. But hopefully, we can kind of make this work. I believe this is how the original was actually tied. Makes it really, really durable. I'm going to take some dubbing, just some light colored dubbing. Put that down like that. Push that up. If I bump the camera, I'm sorry. Get that in there. You want to leave extra room right up at the head, because we're going to put a great big Elk-Hair wing up there. Okay. Now that's not going to be, that copper wire is not going to be used for a rib. It's actually going to be held or used to hold the hackle. So you want to take this, and feathers always have, a bend to them. You want to lay it in so the feather is kind of sitting with the bend pointing up. That way it'll, when you wrap it, the fibers will stick forward and resist sinking. So what you can do is take it, well, look at that, mine's turned around, but what are you going to do? Wrap it back, don't cut the feather on the hook, grab that wire, make a couple nice little wraps on the end there, and then as best you can, wiggle that up through that hackle. If you bind a couple under, no big deal, but just bind it, you just wind it up there. We'll get it out here in a sec if there's any under there. Tie that off. Just kind of help it out there. There we go. Clip that wire off. Clip that feather off. Alright. Now I got that good old hair stacker out. Make sure you watch our video on that. Got some nice elk hair here. You always want to be careful. You want to look for rogue hairs that stick out, and some are a little short, some are a little long. Stacker takes care of 99% of them, but there's always some that are left over. Measure. You want it just barely beyond the bend of the hook, and you don't want too many of these. I mean, you want enough, but you gotta get that magic number, because it's really hard to wrap these all down and get them to stay when there's a big bunch of it. So just measure, transfer hands, and cut that. Sorry you couldn't see it. That's going to drop all over the floor and your wife will yell at you, but that's alright. Take it around easy, a little harder, a little tighter, a little tighter. Don't let go of this now. Now what you want to do is between the head and the eye of the hook, there's a little space. You want to go through that. Why? Is that if you tried to keep tying this, you'd be tying like a big loop of thread, and it'd have very little holding power. And what'll happen is you're out fishing this fly or whatever, and all of a sudden the wing will go vloop and flop around, and the fly will become pretty much useless. So after you've gone around a few times, go back around that big spot nice and loose. That way it'll keep that keep that elk hair from just flailing out and fraying on you. There we go. And that's the guy. So we're just I'm gonna do a couple of nice little half hitches here. And that's it. That's just kind of position your wing where you want it there. And that's it. That's, you know, I don't know how many of these things I tie every year, but when there's a caddis hatch, I know I keep them on. Some of the lakes in Alaska, one in particular, South Raleigh Lake, we were there once and it was ridiculous. There was a caddis hatch and it looked like somebody was standing on the shore chucking buckshot in the water. About this size, about a 12, and they were kind of tannish brown kind of color. I swear if you had 10 flies on your line and casted it, you'd have caught 10 fish every cast. I mean, just a real effective fly. Well, if you guys have something else you'd like to see, drop me a line and I'll do my best to get it out.